All right. Let's get these parties started. Testing. Testing. Sweet. Testing. It's still working. Okay. All right. Let's get this. Let's get this back going here. Hmm. Okay, so I think this should work if we come here, go to world setting. World setting does not have a game mode, yeah. We go here, we want to go to here, maps, open up our demo map. We're gonna we're gonna we're gonna recreate the we'll go back to blueprints here and notice that there is no, oh, here's the game mode here. Epic content. Okay. Wait a second. Third person character. This is not right. All right. Huh. Interesting. What does this one have? Oh, this one's got all the stuff. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to come into here. We're going to do file. We're going to do reparent blueprint. No, we don't want to do that. We're gonna build ours up from scratch. What am I doing here? Player character. There it is. There. Then if we go to okay, I see where it's being set. Okay. I'm all kinds of lost and confused apparently. I'm just gonna do this real quick test. Okay, that shows up. And we want to make sure this one shows up. Okay, it does. Sweet. Beautiful. We'll go to chat. Beautiful. Okay. So this sets the so now we've got all of our inputs, right? So this one is move. This one is look. There's attack, jump, and there we go. Now we do need to make some changes here. We'll delete that. But for move, we need to do this is gonna be a little bit different because we're gonna have to make some changes there. But at any rate, what we're gonna do is we're gonna come over to here. Come not to there. Here. this. So this is our player character. If we enter in full blueprint, here we can see that we've got our guy there. And here, we want to take the bad guy. And then we're going to bring him over to here. And then we're going to borrow that as well and dump it in. Oh. So here you'll see that we've moved him down 96, which is pretty common. So we do this and we do negative 96. And then for rotation we do it was like 170. Interesting. Or sorry, 270. I wonder if there's a difference between doing, because negative 90 also works. I wonder if there's a difference between doing a negative number for the rotation and not. I'm going to just do 270 to keep with the convention effectively of what they're doing there. We'll do input. There we go. And then we would like to replace that. There we go. And then we're going to hit play. And I probably am not going to work. As to be expected. We go to this bad guy though, and we click here. If we go here, go to the event graph. Where's our begin play? Ugh. Yeah, this is expected. Where's the begin play though? Because usually these will have a begin play that that sets up the input mapping context. Oh. Oh. Okay, so we've got this, which is which is if we open up the this project, right? It's just going to be the this is going to be the third person default effectively here, and you'll see that if we come in here and hit play, we can move around. That's a C++ version of it, right? If we come here, we bring this out, we can go bam. You do input. Oh, interesting. Oh, sorry. Wonder if they changed it since last time I looked at it. This is definitely different. Yeah, they definitely changed some stuff. I guess we don't need the input mapping context anymore. That used to be required. Changes have been made. Layer mappable input config? Interesting. Mappable configs are a collection of input mapping contexts that represent one config or preset of mapping. For example, if you have a default southpaw mapping configure that holds different input mapping contexts for aiming, you can use these configures to predefine a set of contexts. That was what I did, wasn't it? Input mapping context. Is there a different one? No, I think this is the player input mapping context that they're talking about. Player mappable input config. Oh. Oh, I'm starting to get my first headache. Is this different than the input mapping context or not? Player mappable key settings. Anyways. They want to do things different, so very, very differently. Oh. And some major changes have been made. How's the nausea today? It's not too bad. By the way, I'm not sure if I said congratulations to you yesterday or not. The nausea today's been been good. It's been good. I had a tiny bit of it early in the morning, but it went away. I had a little bit of Dr. Pepper with your cousin at breakfast, and that was good. I don't remember because I was fighting a migraine. Oof. Well, in case I didn't, congratulations. I wish I could have been there. How's your head feeling today? I hope it's better. Definitely in the wrong spot. And none of my stuff is working here. I wonder if we're spawning in something, if that's the problem here. Let's take a look at where our character is. No, he's on the ground. Migraine meds have been helping, but not fully fixing the problem. Oof. I know that feeling so very well. I'm only allowed to take Tylenol for my headaches. Waiting for anti-nausea meds from the pharmacy. Oh, you've got some nausea as well? Or am I misunderstanding? Oof, Tylenol only goes so far. True. I think I'm allowed to take... I've got a prescription for a different one, but I don't know if I'm allowed to take it anymore. I think I might be able to. Oh, I forgot to turn on my camera. God, I just turned it off. That's not where the camera's supposed to be. Yeah. And before I take Tylenol, I have to take my temperature to make sure I don't have a fever, because if I have a fever, I have to go to the hospital. So it's take temperature, then take Tylenol, then if yeah, sorry, take temperature, if no fever, then take Tylenol, else go to hospital. I think I still have a container of hydromorphine from when I had my surgery because I didn't really use it much. Oddly enough, coming out of surgery, I didn't really have too much for headaches. It's a little bit at times. Let's see. I've got two different nausea pills. I've got this one that is take as needed throughout the day, but only once every 8 hours. And then this one, which is I take 30 minutes prior to taking my my chemo. It's a little bit complicated, but not too bad. All right, let's see. Why is my controller not working at all? Okay. Do that. Oh, wait, you know what? I think I know why. And then we'll close this out. Then if we open this up, I knew there was something wrong. We're going to close out. Oh, no, we'll leave that one open for now. We're going to close this out here. So I knew that I forgot something. And I was like, yeah, because like begin play is usually something that we have and we actually have stuff in. And I was like, can't remember. Set up. That's not it. They have entirely changed this. Let's come down here. We'll go to this, and we're going to find usage because this needs to get used somewhere. Then we need to find where this one's getting used. Perfect. Weren't we just here? So here's the create player input component. I have to go and figure out how to utilize the C++ input enhanced input system again, because apparently they've changed it, and now I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Now what we could do to make this a bit in... Oh, it's get controller. Yeah, okay. So we can utilize this. There we go. Perfect. That's what I was looking for. Okay, so let's go back to our... We're in the wrong project. There we go. We're going to go back to our begin play here. And then here we're going to take this and we're going to transform it into C++. So we're going to get controller. I can't remember if this has a template or not. It does not. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll do here, because this is a controller, but we want to cast this to a player controller. U, could be U or A. Is this returning a U or an A? A, okay. So what we'll do is we'll cast. Oh, my hand is not working properly. So we cast this to an A player controller. There. And then this is a player controller. And we'll say PC. And this is a pointer. And it got rid of my word cast. There we go. There we go. Perfect. And then we've got the enhanced input local player subsystem. Now that's going to be a bit different. Oh, I've got it right there. Dope. Perfect. So here we'll do, oh, that's why we're getting the local player. Oh, I see what's going on here. I see what's going on. Okay. I see what I missed. So we can do an if u local player, and then local player equals cast u local player, and then we just pump a player in here. But to do that, we're just going to use get player. Or no, this is our player. This. U local player. Now, what happens here is this effectively is the same as, oops, if we do this, and then we do local player, which is the same as effectively doing this is not equal to null pointer. Right? So all we're doing is saying, hey, did this actually return something? And the reason why we want to make sure that it actually returns something, because if we operate on it and it didn't return anything, unlike in Blueprints, the game will actually crash. Where Blueprints, it will throw an error, get caught, and throw an exception, and will get caught, and it will log out some details, potentially in the in your game logs. But in C++, it's going to just crash. It will crash the editor as well, like the actual editor. So if I hit play, right, and I operate on a null pointer inside of, wait for that to go away in a second here. So if we operate on a null pointer in here, like if I hit play and operate on a null pointer, if I'm building a tool and I operate on a null pointer, this entire editor crashes, like hard crashes, just instant down. The entire game crashes. The entire editor crashes. So you do have to be a little bit more careful with C++ than you do with blueprints. But that's fine because you get a lot of speed performance increases. Enhanced input component. That's not the right one. U enhanced input local player subsystem. Input system. So this is actually substantially more complex than it used to be. There we go. Now, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, input mapping is so they're going to have us do this as well for checking the input mapping because we're using a soft object pointer. It doesn't get it doesn't guarantee that we actually have anything. So we have to check if it's valid and stuff like that. So it's a little bit more work, but it also prevents extra stuff from loading in. So it's just a good thing to do. Like soft and weak pointers are very important, and we'll get it. We'll come across areas where we'll use different ones if when needed. What did I call mine? Oh, just input mapping. Oh, the same as them. So we can do is valid or just straight get. I wonder why is valid over null. That's if this can never point to a live object. Test if the pointer. Test if this points. I don't want to do the not in this because add mapping context. Code synchronous. Where's priority being set here? Oh, priority is just an integer. Okay, sweet. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do 0 because that's the default priority anyways. Now what we could also do, right, is we could create a variable then allow people to change it. But I don't think I care because this is just a 1 month game. So our goal is to get through this as quickly as possible effectively. There we go. Now we've got that. And that adds the mapping. And then we need to call the setup. Which we just did this up there. Okay. An input component. Air input component. What's this return by default? Oh, okay. There's our enhanced input system, which we're casting from there. So if we just do this, now we want to leave that because actually, no, this should be getting called. So I don't think that we should have to call it if we're already, it should automatically get called. And it should throw in the correct stuff as long as our mapping's set up. Did I mistype something? I probably did. I'm assuming it's going to be. Was it a bad const? It might have been a bad const. No, it was not. Yeah, let's go over this. So it is in base H10.7. Okay, so that can actually be const. But the issue, no, we've got the subsystem right here. But if we come down now to here, you're not being imported correctly. Undefined. Oops. Yeah, you input mapping context is undefined, which means that it's not being imported. We're going to turn tech off in a bit too. But let's do this one thing at a time. Now, because the project itself is quite small, like the the map that we're going to be working with is small. Let's just have this open to that map. And we'll have it build for that map as well. Okay, so now we hit play. We are still not working. All right, I'm assuming this is still not actually getting called. So let's test it. So there's kind of two ways that we can test it, and one way, in my opinion, is better. And that's using debugs. We're going to throw a debug right here. That way we can see if that ever actually gets called. And we'll throw a debug in the move and a debug in the look. And then we're going to hit this little debug here. And now we're in a state of, hey, I can tell exactly when everything fires, if they actually ever fire. It's important. And we've got it opening to the correct map. There. So it does actually seem to be firing. There we go. It's setting these up. Let's make sure these are set up correctly. These should be set up correctly. Okay. There's our mapping context. This should be working. Welcome back, old dried leaf. Mm-hmm. Your cowboy dudes running around yet? No, there's something weird going on. I've got these mappings are set up. Actually, maybe I don't have them set up correctly after all. Like this. Let's see here. Oh, wait. I've got double for spacebar here. Does UE have a tool for pathfinding? For like AI? Yeah. They have a pathfinding system for AI. That doesn't mean that you have to use it though. So what I find with UE versus a lot of other, pretty much any other engine that I've used, which I have not used too many, but I've played around in Godot a very, very small amount, and Raylib a little bit as well, and and Unity, is that Unreal comes with a lot of stuff, and there is a right and a wrong way to do things in Unreal. Like a right and a wrong way to do things in Unreal, kind of, right? As in, like, it's very opinionated, and if you do things in specific ways that might feel right at first, Unreal will fight you, and you want to try and avoid that. So, like, for example, right? Like, I never directly call this, but we're here. Like, this is where we're actually executing right now. But I never called this, right? Unreal called it for me because something further up the chain called it, which I believe is the player controller calls setup input component and passes in the input component and stuff like that. Yeah. But it also deprives you, like, if you're just getting started out in, so if you're just starting out in game development, Unreal probably isn't a super great engine because it hides complexity from you. So, like, it makes it very easy to build complex things. Um that on in any other engine you'd have to build the complex thing, right? So, like, a fully networked player controller, like, just out of the gate is right there, right? Whereas in, like, Unity, you have to build your player controller from scratch. The camera control system, there's a really good boom arm system in Unreal that takes care of a lot of the issues in other engines with controlling a boom arm or controlling the camera attached to a player or an object or a car, right? The the other the other the other kind of downside to that is that anytime there's pre-existing, like a lot of pre-existing stuff, it adds it adds a little bit of bloat to your system, which means that your system will be by default a little bit slower, right? So your system will be a little bit slower than it could be because you've got to account for all those extra things that you're not necessarily using, right? So if I'm making a single player game, the character having a full network system baked into it by default eats a little bit of resource. But for the vast majority of people, that extra resource doesn't matter, right? There's also that Unreal is kind of geared towards first person shooters by default, although they've been kind of trying to get away from that a little bit to make it a more general purpose, because Epic makes most of their money off of well, I think they make most of their money still off of Fortnite, although they make a metric F ton of money off of leasing their engine out to AAA companies as well. So they need to make it a little bit more generalized So like the next Witcher can run performantly on Unreal Engine versus the Project Red engine that they're discontinuing is my understanding. And same with a bunch of other companies, right? So ooh. So why do these not actually end up getting bound correctly? All right. Okay, so now we're in the engine here. We hit forward. We have verified that we have actually bound that key, right? Oh, no, that's why. It's not bound. W is not bound. But neither is look. Look's not working either. Why is this look so weird right now? There we go. But yeah, so like UE comes with a blue two different systems for controlling AI. And a full pathfinding system. Now, the pathfinding system in Unreal does not account for flying enemies. That has to be done yourself. I still want to know why this isn't firing correctly. This is supposed to be working. Because we never end up in here. Oh, it's because it's triggered. What do I want, actually? It's not triggered. It's, no, it's something else. It could be triggered. There's a bunch of different, there's a bunch of these, but I guess triggered might be it. Do I even have a mod? No, this is the other project. Look input. Yeah, okay. We don't need both. There. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, you local player just comes over to you player, which ugh, excuse me. Let's try this again. Did it close my project? It did. Ugh. Ugh. Mm. Ugh. Okay, so we know that this is running, but these are not firing for some reason. Mm. Ugh. Ugh. Apparently, it's been so long since I've worked with an actual player controller that they've changed it enough that I have to relearn how to do shit. Because all of the old ways of doing it are just not working correctly right now. Wait, did I hit play or debug? Is there, yeah, okay, I did hit debug. All right. So when we're in here, I hit forward. It's supposed to be triggering this. So 2D vector. Oh, down. This might be new. Yeah, oh, this is still not working. What if I do this the blueprint way? I don't want to, but maybe. Okay. Do get controller. And then this will be the cast. Cast to player controller. Then we directly just take this and it's in enhanced input subsystem. And then up to here, add mapping context. Right. And then we do and then I hit play. There we go. Oh, now it's working. Okay, so this didn't actually add it. This didn't add the mapping context. That's why. Heck yeah. All right, so we do have a problem. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can tell. So if I press forward, and if I hit backwards, and if I hit left, and if I hit right, and this is D. A doesn't do anything right now. Did I not map A? Oh, A is not mapped. That's why. A. And there's right. We want left. There we go. Okay. So okay. So then if we come into here, we want to make sure that we get this right here. Okay, so we hit forward, we go forward, we hit back, we go, no, we hit forward, we go back. Yeah. So if we go to this, we do a modifier, we negate. Then, wait, did I do, was that, no, that was forward that I did that on. Oh no, it was forward that we wanted it on, sorry. Negate. There we go. And then S is fine. A needs to be negated. And then left needs to be negated. Gate. And this needs to be negated as well. Save. Now if I hit play, I should now be able to work. What the? Okay, so these are working. This is not working. Oh, you know what? It might be Swizzle. I come into here and we go into here. The mappings are not there. Beautiful. Okay, perfect. Why are the mappings not there? What are our trigger options here? Dead zone. Ugh. That was for W. Okay. W. There we go. Okay, so W is working. Yeah, with a swizzle. S. We want a modifier. We want a swizzle. We'll test that. Here's S is forward. But we also want to negate it. So it's going to look like this. Save. And then we'll hit play. Then there's forward. There's back. Look at that. And then there's right. There's left. There's right. There's left. There's forward. There's back. Because we haven't updated it for these. There's our up. We need to also swizzle this one. Where's down? There's down. Okay, and we will swizzle. And then negate. Beautiful. There we go. Oh. Did I not do this right? Oh, this one. Wait, no. Where's our W? Oh, right. Our W doesn't need to be negated. So our up doesn't need to be negated. Delete. Save. Play. There. Back. There we go. That feels right. Look at the jump. It works. My attack works as well. Now, let's come back up here. And we're going to come into here and we're going to put a start location down inside of here. All start. Player start. Okay, there we go. Look at that beautiful camera though, eh? That beautiful third party um third person camera. Oh my god, it's so nice. It's inverted. So we're gonna have to change that. Look here. Oops. On the gate. There we go. So this is backwards. Let's try swizzling. Yeah, no, swizzle is not correct. Oh, we can negate certain ones. Oh, beautiful. Okay. Okay, so down, up. This works. I want to say it's Z. No, it's not Z. Maybe Y. Y is not the right one. We're negating X. There we go. Perfect. Look at that. Aren't you guys happy? I'll show you all of what I had to do here. Still don't know why the mapping context doesn't work in. You know what? It's probably because I missed something in here. Give me a second here. We're gonna come up. This is this is correct. If we come down here, I think it's because this is missing stuff. Add mapping context takes in a target, which is oh, you know what? I wonder if this is because this needs to be a get. It's probably the. You know what? If I change that from a weak pointer to a soft pointer to just an object pointer, it will probably fix the problem. And if we're being honest, there's not really too much. Actually, no, there is. So it's probably this that's causing the problem right here, because this is loading. This isn't. Something's probably causing this to be a race condition. So we do that and then come up here, and then we do this, if, and this is, so if we do this, right, and then we do input mapping context dot get. Oh, this returns oh, no wonder. No wonder. This is a U input mapping context. Now what's the error? Oh, resolve load. Wait, what? It told me that it was. It takes a template back. Ah, whatever. For now, it doesn't matter. I am actually going to test to see whether or not this works though. Oh. Okay, so we're going to test this now. Yes. So how we're going to test this is we come over to here, and all we have to do is just break that. And we can save, compile, and then we'll hit play. And if it allows us to move, that was the problem. It does not allow us to move. Okay, so that was not the problem. All right, I'll fix it later. Okay, so now we need a boom arm and a camera. So player character. Okay, so we're gonna come up here and new property. We're just going to do an edit anywhere. Or camera. UT object. Oh, not you, sorry. T object pointer. This will be U camera component. Then we need a U. I think it's U boom arm. Let me double check to make sure that I'm not getting that wrong. I could have swore it was a boom arm. It is. Oh no, it's a spring component. Yeah, I guess that does make sense because we want it to contract in when it hits something. Use spring arm component. And then we're going to do a forward declare. And boom arm. This is probably why I was thinking that it was a spring boom arm, is because I always do call it just a boom arm. Then we need to come over to here, and we're going to create them. So camera is going to equal create default sub object, and this will be a U camera component. And then we can name it camera. And then we're going to do camera setup attachment root. Get root. And then we'll do the, oh, that's wrong. It's the boom arm that's going to be attached to the root. So boom arm equals create default sub object. And then we'll do the use spring arm component. Boom arm. And then this one will actually attach the root. Boom arm setup attachment get root component, and then this, the camera attaches to the boom arm. Now let me bring this over so you guys can see how this works out, right? So if we jump into here, right, we can add in all of our stuff here, but I don't care about the capsule size. Here's our spring arm component, camera boom. We attach it to there. Oh yeah, I forgot about the socket name. Calling it a follow camera is probably the right thing to do. Give me a second here. Let's do that here because that is what it is, just in case we need to use more in the future. There we go. But I do want to steal the defaults because the defaults are quite useful. They give a fairly decent a fairly decent a fairly decent default setup. Where is it? This is also useful. I don't actually care about this right now. We'll come back to that. Why don't I have get character movement? Oops. Ah. Huh. And why did these not work? Oops. Ah, God damn it. I keep hitting the wrong characters. This is probably because of an import, isn't it? Yeah. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, follow camera boom. Ow. There we go. Beautiful. Ow, ow, ow. Oh, now I have this twice. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, this is follow camera. Shift F9. The dexterity in my hand is just so low right now. Okay. There we go. So now I've only got left and right. Up and down doesn't work, and it's because we've we've locked those in here. Which I believe is the yaw. No, it's the pitch. It's one of these. Might be this one. Ooh. Oh, that was not it. Oh, here we go. Rotation rate, because I was set to 0, would never actually fire. That makes sense. All right, we should be about where we need to be for um our our movement now. There we go. We're gonna have to fix the nanite problem. Mainly because none of this needs to be nanited. Ooh. Oh, wait. Wait. I have no luck anymore. That is all kinds of weird. If I do this. I think I can change some of these on here. Nope. I need to update the flag on it. No, it should be edit anywhere. Wait, what? Oh, this is why. Oh, my bad. Here we go. Uh, Herb Hatch. Yeah. Hey, Rita. Yeah, I've got, you can see where they cut me open. And then this here is where they did the radiation. So it seems the hair's coming back here, but it's taking its time. Um, yeah, um, I'm doing um, uh, uh, a game a month thing. I'm doing a game jam, a series of game jams to get back into UE Dev. They've made some changes. Oh, my camera's working now. Sweet. It's because I had. It's probably because I had too many cameras. There we go. Nice, very nice. Thanks. It's just right now it's the default Cinti. It's the Cinti Western pack. Apparently, I had gotten it a while ago, and so I'm just gonna use it. I don't know. I might not do too much. I do need to turn off. I think right now we've got Nanite turned on, which is not something that we want to do. Because with what this looks like why would anybody need Nanite for this? Oh, is this not the right one? One of my best friends worked with this style during years in several projects. I'm not familiar with this studio. Nice work, though. Oh. Athena? Oh. Oh. Nice. Yeah, Cinti, a lot of people have, there was, War of the King was one where they used this style as well. This was a good game. I think theirs is a little bit more detailed, but it's still a good style. It's similar. Yeah. They changed it a bit for the King too, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah. The For the King 2 kind of reminds me of the new Cinti assets. The sidekicks. Yeah. I wanted to learn how to make Cinti style assets. The polygon style, which is the one that I'm using. The not the sidekick, but the shop polygon series. I really like the style too. I could definitely see that and kind of agree. Yeah. So my idea for this game is that you start out in here, right? And then maybe I don't know all the details of how this is going to work yet, but the idea is that like there's a train stopped here and it lets bad guys out, and the bad guys just run to the church kind of thing, and your job is to defend the church and the people in the church. That's the general idea, at least. And you'll play as the sheriff. Which, if I do this and I go to the mesh, we want the sheriff. Defend the church. Yeah. Boom. I watched you deferred. Nice day, my guy. Yeah, no worries. You have a good rest of your day, or I guess night, right? Because it's late over there. Map effects. No. Meshes. Could be props. I think there's some guns in here. Moose head? Is there no pistol at all? I thought this had a pistol. That will destroy everything. No. There are guns. Where's the guns? Oh, it's under weapons. Why is this a skeletal ash? So strange. Yeah. But here we go. Now this one kind of makes sense. Although I don't think I'm going to do much for for um um for animations on this. What's this? Oh, that's just the sheath. Just the sheath for the knife. This is a bayonet sheath? Interesting. That would go... Oh, there we go. I think this will be our main weapon, maybe? Or maybe a pistol. Yeah, no, a pistol, because I think I've got some assets for that. Oh, apparently this one was removed. Animations. What is this? Pump action. I don't think we have a pump action. We have a, yeah, we have a break. And then this one, revolver, more of a flint locky style. I swore I had a. Oh, here we go. We can find. Look at that. Thank you, King Boars. Hmm. Add to library. Because why not? Okay. I do actually have quite a bit for my library. We go to animations. I've got this stuff. I've got death animations. Ooh, ladder climbing. I could take advantage of that, maybe. I guess I never did actually get an animation. Oh, hey, hey, Funky. I'm doing okay. How have you been, my friend? Pistol and rifle animations. I'm gonna not worry too much about doing that right this moment. We're gonna start slowly adding, 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 adding elements. Well, I gotta go, but have fun and stay delicious. Well, thanks, Funky. It was good to quickly chat with you. And see you again. I think I'm about at my limit though. So I think we're gonna we're gonna we're gonna call it here, and I'm gonna go go rest a bit. Anyways, thank you to everybody who joined and everything. You were all amazing, and it was so good to see you all. And I will catch you all next time. All right, ta-ta for now.